Do you really need a coach? Some coaches are not necessary. A coach is not necessary in your business. And I know that can be crazy for me to say. This is a podcast platform where you, as a coach, are learning how to create and grow your business to six figures. And we teach that coaches need coaches on this platform. Also, you are a coach, so you would understand the value of paying for another coach, right? Because there's somebody who's at a higher level than you that you can learn from, just as you do with your clients. They are at a level from which they can learn from you, or you can reflect back to them in a way that is helpful to them. So it can be crazy for me to say, do you need a coach? You may not need a coach, but I'm going to tell you why I said that. So, my name is Kanisha Hart. I am the host of the Coach Up podcast. I speak about how we forge through fear, and I am the founder of the Accountability Club, where people are paired together to meet multiple times a week so that there's accountability to help you move from inaction to action to achievement. Because so often we want to do stuff, but we let ourselves down and we never get to our goals. But when we apply accountability with a community, progress moves so much faster. So let me go back to you don't need a coach. Today I had I had one conversation, and then the podcast that dropped on yesterday from the Coach Up podcast featuring Dr. Deia Cooper. She and I talked about every coach doesn't need a coach initially. So hear me. At some point, you need a coach. All of us benefit from coaching. Great coaching, we benefit from. That's why your top athletes in the world have coaches, even if they work in an individual sport. So, coaching is powerful and vital, but the timing of when you get a coach is very important. And so, I want you to think about this. I want you to stop thinking that there's some pressure that you can't be an authentic coach because you don't yet have a coach. No. I want you to get out of the pressure that you absolutely have to pay for a coach. No, you don't. I want you to get out of the pressure of thinking that you absolutely need a coach right now. You do not. There's a saying that one of the coaches that I've interviewed on the podcast said. They said, therapist you have because you need, a coach you have because you want. And the difference is we get coaches when we're ready to do the work that a coach is going to tell us. One of the reasons why you may be struggling where you are, I have been there. I'm there now in some areas of my life. One of the things we have to be ready to do is actually to, one, listen to instruction, two, be willing to heed the instruction, and then three, be willing to implement it. We know we were not ready for that. You know you're not ready for that when you continue to make commitments to yourself that you don't keep. And I'm not saying that you're going to make commitments to yourself and you keep all of them before you're ready for a coach. No. One of the beautiful things that coaches provide is accountability. But you know that if you are confused, scattered, don't even really know what you want to do, and you're not really willing to put in the work to figure it out, or you recognize that you're willing to do work some of the times, but not all of the time, it may not be time for you to get a coach. Dr. Deia specifically, she talked about you need to be clear on who you serve, your vision for your business, how you serve your client, and how you call them in to you before you ever employ a coach. Now, there are coaches who will help you figure that out. So then maybe you weigh and say, do I need that coach? But first, I challenge you, before you spend money, especially as a new coach who you haven't made any money in your business, or you're a struggling coach, or you're frustrated and you haven't made a lot of money in your business, or you may not have made any, that instead of going into debt or using money that can be allocated for another part of your business, that instead of using those resources to get a coach, that you instead put in some effort to hold yourself accountable or find an accountability partner to help you move through some of those basic things that I just named, or to help you start to consistently take action so that you know when you pay for somebody, you're actually going to do the work. There are way too many of us, myself included. You know, you probably have done this. Way too many of us who definitely have bought a course that we never finished, never even opened, paid plenty of good money for it, never even used it. That's a waste. who may have employed coaching. I have done group coaching before, so it was inexpensive, less $100 a month, a little less than $100 a month. But I did it for 3 or 4 months, and I did nothing that my coach said to do. It was group coaching. It wasn't one-on-one. Even if it had been one-on-one, I don't know if I would have done the work because I just wasn't in a place where I had a sense of urgency that I needed to get through what I was being told. I needed to do what I needed to, was being told, what was being coached to me in order to progress my business forward. I just wasn't in that headspace. If you're not in that headspace, do not pay for a coach. Find an accountability partner. Get clear, talk to your accountability partner, bounce your ideas off an accountability partner who's in your same industry or in the same space or in the same stage as you in your business, or maybe one who's just a little bit higher ahead. But find somebody to get through some of the basic things of starting a business or building a business before you start to pay somebody and you're not ready to receive what they're teaching, or you're not ready to do the work that they're going to give you to do, or that they're going to direct you to do, or expect you to do. Don't waste your money. So I just wanted to come on and do a very quick conversation with you about the fact that no, you may not be ready for a coach. I believe everybody needs a coach. Coaching is so valuable, but you may not be ready for a coach. And so do not spend the money until you are, because then you're just creating another issue in your business that is not going forward, that's not moving you forward, which then means you're going to get even more discouraged than you may already be. Instead, let me give you another alternative. I've given you one. Find an accountability partner, right? Somebody who is on the same level as you, moving in the same direction as you, maybe one step higher than you, who is actually going to hold you accountable and who is going to allow you to hold them accountable to doing the things that you say you're going to do so that you can start making progress and get some traction and consistency in your action, which then tells you, yes, now I'm ready for a coach. Number 2, find a mentor. Mentors are free. You probably already have an idea of who could be a mentor for you. And the first one doesn't have to be perfect. They don't have to be in your industry. They don't have to be some highly massive, successful person. But they just need to be somebody who has more knowledge than you and is willing to pour into you, and who you're willing to be open with, so that when they check you, when they tell you you're going off course or what you're doing is not as prudent as it could be, that you're going to be open and receptive to that. But mentors are great resources to help you get consistent in taking action and help you in guiding you. And they're a great precursor to paid coaching because, again, most mentors are free. Number 3 resource I'm going to give you, SCORE, or reach out to your local SBA, Small Business Association, I think is correct. This is a government-offered program where the government helps small businesses to get on their feet. And there's so many incubator and organizations like that in all types of cities and probably online. That's not city-specific that you can also find. But to go back to the one for government, SCORE, it is truly a mentor program for business owners through the government that is free. Start there. They provide coaching that is free. You're going to have to do an application. You're going to have to do a little bit of work in order to get into the program. But to my knowledge, they don't keep anybody out. And therefore, you have a coach who can advise you, who can guide you, who has experience, and who doesn't cost you anything yet. See how you do with that coach. And I realize some of you guys are going to say, you got to have skin in the game in order for you to really do something. Maybe, not everybody, but let's be smart and take advantage of what we do have so that we have more money available for our business and to grow our business in a different way than feeling like we have to spend money in order to be accountable. It's not necessary. So check out SCORE, SCORE, probably.org, or check out your local SBA. But those are the recommendations I have for you. If you're not yet showing consistency in doing the activity that is going to build your business, not keep you busy, but build your coaching business. If you're not there yet, I encourage you to get a mentor, to get an accountability partner, or to reach out to your local SCORE chapter and get a free coach for your business before you start to even consider getting a paid coach.